Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's Criv here. Guys, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I know I am, man. I hope you guys are enjoying XDEFIANT to its fullest. I haven't had as much time to play as I'd hoped, but hey guys, you know, life gets in the way sometimes. It is what it is. Either way, I'm still here to bring you guys the absolute best XDEFIANT content. And without further ado, guys, I'm going to get in right to the best settings video I got here for you guys. And I got to go over some stuff for gameplay and UI settings too. Let's get right into it, guys. Let's go. Alright guys, so we're going to head over to the settings, head over to video and graphics. I'm just going to be doing video and graphics for this. I'm not going to be doing the rest of the settings, just because I feel like the video settings is kind of, you know, the bread and butter, what makes your game run smoothly, obviously. Everything else I feel is a little personal preference. Some of these things can be changed, but maybe I'll make another video on those later on. But for now, we're going to focus on the video and graphics settings. So starting off here, I have mine on full screen. It's pretty self-explanatory. I don't really use windowed or window borderless. You can use windowed full screen if you want. I personally just don't enjoy it. Now going down the list more, I have my resolution at 1920 by 1080. I don't play on stretch res. I know some people like Clue. I know he plays on stretch res, but that's just not something I do. I don't have a 1440p monitor either, so 1920 by 1080 it is. Obviously, the refresh rate's at the max. Display monitor is 1. Triple buffering I have on. Now, what it's going to do, as you can see here, it's going to improve my frame rate stability, and it also adds a very small amount of input delay. Honestly, guys, that input latency is not noticeable at all, in my opinion. Definitely worth it to have this on. Reduced latency I have off, obviously. NVIDIA Reflex, you can put this on or on plus boosted. If you have a lower end PC, putting on plus boosted is probably better. I keep mine on because my computer's pretty good, so it really doesn't matter, but definitely keep this on. Do not turn this off, guys. Very important. Moving on here, brightness and contrast. These are kind of personal preference, to be honest with you. I keep my contrast a little bit higher because I feel like it's easier to see. Brightness I keep on 10. I'm not trying to make it super bright. It just doesn't look that great in my opinion. Going down further here, DX12 I have on. Now you guys can see if you're on Windows 10 or newer, but also if you guys have newer end GPU, anything above the 3000 series, I would recommend turning DX12 on. Even the 2000 series, you could probably turn on the DX12. Very good performance. Definitely is going to increase your GPU usage by about 20%. Very useful. Going down here again, graphics quality is on custom. And guys, as you scroll down here, you're going to see kind of everything is on very low. VSync, do not turn VSync on. I repeat, do not turn this on. As Mark Rubin said himself, VSync is the devil, man. Do not turn this shit on. Keep going down here. Frame rate, I have mine capped at 110 just for stability purposes. I can go a little bit higher, but I'd rather keep it a stable frame rate and not fluctuate. Keep going down here. Shadow quality, spot shadows, spot shadow resolution, all of that's on low. Contact shadows you can see is also off. Also going down here, guys, my resolution scale is at 85%. I feel like this adds a lot of good performance, and also at the cost of it's not that big of a gap of graphics quality. From 100 to 85%, I don't really see it that much of a difference, to be honest with you. And even when I record on my streams, I really don't see that much of a difference, but it really gives a big performance boost. So if you're going to turn this down, I wouldn't go any lower than 85. It looks pretty dog shit below 85. I would keep it right at that level. Sharpening, I do turn up a little bit. I think the default is 5, I think, but I definitely turn this up a bit. Particle detail, volumetric fog, all this shit you guys can see is all on low. You guys starting to see a trend here. A lot of these things are on the lowest setting. And even still, I have all these on the lowest setting, guys. The game still looks phenomenal. The game still looks amazing. No graining, none of that shit. The game still looks really good on all low settings, guys. So don't be afraid to turn your settings down if you're worried the game's gonna look bad, man. Trust me, it's really good. Subsurface scattering off, ambient occlusion low. Object detail you can turn up. I don't really notice much of a difference. Again, I'm just going for maximum performance here, so I'm turning mine all the way down. I don't really notice that much of a difference, like I said. Extra streaming distance basically is like your render distance. If you turn this up, you'll be able to, as you can see, uses more memory, but you'll be able to see farther, so maybe you can see people a little bit farther. But the maps, in my experience, aren't that big to the point where I need to turn this on really at all. At least not that I've run into yet. Lens flares, I turn that off. It's just distracting. Water quality low. And that's kind of it, guys. I'll just scroll back up here slowly if you guys want to pause and copy these settings. Great settings, guys. Like I said, I know my frame rate is capped. Some of you might say my frame rate is capped a little bit low, but I get great stability, great performance. I never drop frames when I'm recording, when I'm streaming, even just when I'm playing. None of that, bro. And you know what, guys? I'm going to show you guys some of the gameplay and UI settings I have as well. I know I said I was just going to do video and graphics, but you know what? Fuck it, guys. I'm going to bring you guys the best content out here. I'm going to show you guys some of the gameplay and UI settings that I have as well. You guys can copy some of this down if you want. Gameplay input, obviously play on mouse and keyboard. Field of view I have set to 110. You can crack this out if you want, but I think 110 is fine. I don't really see a reason to go to 120. ADS field of view, I have this on consistent. ADS behaviors on hold. Some people put it on toggle if you're a freak, but I like it on hold just because it feels very natural to me, obviously. Now guys, if you go down further here, I have melee during ADS is off, aiming interrupts reload is on, crouch behavior is toggle. Some people put that on hold, but the reason I have it on toggle is I find it's easier to slide cancel. Now guys, going down more auto sprint, I have auto sprint turned off. I don't really use it. I know I've tried it, but it's just not my cup of tea, man. I've seen some people use it, but honestly, I just can't get used to it if I'm being totally honest with you. Sprinting interrupts reload, I have this turned off, and this is a setting you guys are going to want to turn off. If you're getting shot at and you're in the middle of a reload, you can keep the reload going and sprint around a corner and hopefully survive, and you might actually be able to win the gunfight as a result of that. So auto switch weapons, auto reload is on, both are on. Auto grab ledge I have turned off just because you don't want to be jumping somewhere and automatically grab a ledge that you didn't mean to, which possibly again in the end might get you killed. Scoreboard behavior, I have this on hold. Again, this is personal preference. You could have it on hold or toggle, doesn't really matter. Adjust HUD limits, I have it on the max. I have it on max here. You guys can, I think it's like default like 75, and I don't know what the vertical is, but I maxed them out. You can keep them if you want everything closer together, if you have a smaller monitor, whatever. I keep mine on the max just because why not just cover the whole monitor, you know? And the rest of these things, guys, are pretty personal preference. Minimap rotation I have off. Some people turn this on. Enemy health bars I have on, very useful. Going down here, guys, these are mostly personal preference down here. FPS I have off because I have the Ubisoft one on. Ping display I have on just like in case if I'm lagging I can see what's going on, if it's me or if it's a server. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. And guys, this is a good one that I recommend you turn on, especially if you're going to take this game a little bit more seriously. Team composition overlay. If you guys watch my streams, and probably a lot of other popular streamers as well, on the left and right side they'll have basically like a little mini scoreboard of your team on the left and their team on the right. It kind of shows like what the factions are, if people are dead or alive and stuff like that. Just very short information, but it's really good. So I definitely recommend turning this on too. And yeah, guys, that's basically my settings in XDEFIANT for video graphics and gameplay UI. Like I said, if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to comment them down below or follow me on Twitter at CrivFPS and follow me on Twitch as well at CrivFPS. If you guys have any questions about this shit, like I said, best graphic settings for sure. Gonna get you the best performance. You guys can go and pause and look at all this right at the end here if you guys want. Same thing with the gameplay UI settings, man. Gonna be absolutely the best. Let me know if you guys have any questions. If you think anything I'm doing is wrong, I'd be love to discuss with you guys. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Have a great day. Peace out.